Jordan has found itself in the crosshairs of the confrontation between Iran and Israel, facing public anger at home and in the region over its role in the downing of dozens of Iranian drones targeting Israeli territory on Saturday night. Amman summoned Iran's ambassador on Sunday over comments from Tehran that appeared to threaten Jordan for joining US-led effort to support Israel in shooting down an incoming salvo. The diplomatic subpoena came after Iran appeared to warn Jordan that it would face attack if it continued to defend Israel. Fars news agency reported that Iran's armed forces warned that they were closely monitoring Jordan's movements during the punitive attack on the Zionist regime, and that if Jordan intervened, it would be the next target. Sharing a border with Israel, Jordan hosts the largest Palestinian diaspora and has historically been considered their biggest supporter in the region. Its leaders have been sharply critical of the war in Gaza, with King Abdullah publicly backing efforts to airdrop humanitarian aid into the territory, and his wife, Queen Rania, who has a huge social media following, making powerful speeches and statements in defense of the Palestinians. This position is reflected in Jordanian public opinion. Thousands of people, many of them Palestinian refugees, demonstrated for nearly 2 weeks in front of the US Embassy in Amman to protest Washington's role in supporting Israel. In such a climate, last weekend's military intervention sparked anger within Jordan, as well as among its neighbors, with images on social media depicting King Abdullah as a traitor holding an Israeli flag. Iran's foreign ministry tried to play down the row on Monday, with its spokesman Nasser Kanani downplaying Amman's involvement at a briefing in Tehran. I am not in a position to confirm or deny Jordan's role in intercepting these launches, and this is a military matter that must be commented on by the relevant authorities, he said, expressing hope that Arab countries would support Iran's legitimate response to the attack on its consulate in Syria on April 1st. Kanani added, "Our relations with Jordan are friendly, and there have been constant contacts between officials of the two countries over the past months." In Amman, officials insist that Jordan's intervention was a matter of self-defense and protecting its sovereignty in the airspace. Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman al-Safadi, a passionate diplomatic voice for the Palestinians over the past 6 months, told local television on Sunday that an assessment had been made that there was a real danger from Iranian drones and missiles falling on Jordan, and the military had dealt with this danger. If the threat had come from Israel, he noted, Jordan would have taken the same actions. The root cause of the crisis continues to be Israel's treatment of the Palestinians and Israel's refusal to accept a two-state solution, he said. Supporters of the Jordanian regime issued statements saying, "We are not an ally, protector, or puppet of Israel." Jordan's actions were consistent with its own security interests. The scandal prompted Jordan's Western allies to come to its defense. British Foreign Secretary David Cameron said, "You have to think in terms of Jordan as a neighbor of Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories. They are very concerned about weapons, missiles, and ammunition falling into their country. And so they take action, completely just as a sovereign independent country, to keep their skies clear and their people safe." But obviously, the biggest part of this operation was the Israelis themselves and the defenses they built over the years. However, the portrayal of the Jordanian Air Force in some Israeli media as an ally of the Jewish state has unnerved Amman. A Jordanian cabinet statement following the Iranian attack urged the public to rely only on official sources and not on social media for information. Jordan has imposed draconian social media laws, and the past couple of days have seen violent clashes between security forces and protesters, including incidents of stone throwing and arson attacks on security forces. Many other Arab states remained silent in recent days as the crisis escalated, but Kuwait and Qatar were reported to have rejected US requests to use their bases to prevent an Iranian attack. Jordan fears that Iran has its eye on the Hashemite kingdom and is quietly encouraging rebellion within Jordan's borders. The General Secretary of the Muslim Brotherhood Party in Jordan, Nur Adidale, criticized the arrest of the protesters and, in a tweet that avoided discussing Jordan's role over the weekend, said the Iranian attack and recent events showed how dependent Israel is on other countries for its security. One viral photo recently showed posters carried during a demonstration address to the Jordanian army, urging it to heed the calls of children and women in Gaza or to take revenge on its enemies and liberate the land. Adding the hashtag, "Where's Al-Karama's army?" The word means dignity and also refers to the name of the 1968 battle in which the Jordanian army forced the IDF to retreat from a retaliation operation on Jordanian soil.